reputation that goes before him. He is a playwright, a performer, a satirist, and a very funny man. Please put your hands together and give a very warm Punchline Pub welcome to Mr. Ian Fraser.
I can see puddles of water on the ground from the last Punchline Pub welcome. It's very interesting. I was thinking, you know, the history of comedy in South Africa. It's going to be an interesting kind of program, you know. Hello, good evening, and welcome to the history of comedy in South Africa. Well, thanks for watching. Good night. And then all the credits. No, but apart from that, I suppose we may as well start off with an advert. Bong. Guys. Actually, no, don't do that one. Ladies, does your boyfriend come quickly and giggle? Night after night, do you have to pat the back of his head and tell him it's all right, when what you'd really like to do is rip his balls off? Does he seem more perpetually prone to pizza than pussy? Do you often wonder what he's thinking, yet he never asks if you are? Can you even remember the last time you had a decent conversation? Dump the fucker. Get him to leave now. Issued as a public service by the Estate Agents Association of South Africa, working hard to stimulate the market. Yeah, you know, history of comedy. There are a lot of people in South Africa who've been, oh, just as a side thought, I was watching PJ Powers on something on TV and I thought, only in Africa when they give the Elephant Man a pair of breasts and a song to sing on television. No, sorry, I don't know what, I'm sorry. I'm a normal, decent person, you know. No, in South Africa, there are a lot of people who are trading on past glories that never really happened. You know, the kind of Desmond Dawn stuff, you know. We staged the first multiracial production. So what? Who cares? It didn't change anything. You know, it didn't alter anything. It didn't shorten the length of the war. You know, and you know, I mean, like, there are a lot of assholes and a lot of fascist, racist swines who are trying to give the impression that they were somehow African Bob Hopes who were entertaining the ANC troops all during the war. Hi, well, it's great to be back here at Regina Mundi in Soweto. Crosby couldn't be here. He's been unavoidably detained elsewhere. That didn't happen, you know. Oh, please, Daddy, excuse me, I have a gun. You have a guitar. Fuck off. You know, but it's, are you on drugs? Roller skates, okay. It's nice to see, you know, the changing times. It's nice to see South Africans discovering that they can do anything they want, and lightning does not strike them. You know, like schoolboys having their first orgasm, you know, and the next morning, what's that? You know, and there's a vast lake of fluid pouring off the bed. You know, what's that? I needed to sneeze and I couldn't get the hanky in time, Ma. You know, and there's this fluid pouring off, you know, like something out of Alien. Ripley, that's not acid, it's sperm. Keep your legs crossed. Get out of there now. You know, because for years, we've all had this idea that we have to behave well. We have to behave decently, as if God really cares what we do with our snot. You know, you chewed it, didn't you? No, don't lie to me. Gabriel, play the tape. You know, I mean, everything's becoming wonderfully blatant now, much to my nervousness. I mean, I was at a party a little while back, and I get cornered between the bar and the lounge by a big black guy. And being a normal white South African, I think, oh shit, you know. But and then he spoke. Tell me, Ian. I thought, okay. Tell me, Ian, have you? And this is a true story. Tell me, Ian, have you ever fucked a black boy? I pretended to think really hard, you know, because what do? You know, fuck it, this is not a situation covered in Cosmopolitan magazine's multiple choice questions, you know. When confronted with a blatant fuck me signal from someone of another race group and the same gender, do you A, wave a chicken around, you know, suggesting that your witch doctor has advised against sodomy until the AIDS cure has worked? Or B, fall to your knees and start sucking, thinking, God, if only Hendrik will look to see me now. I mean, what do? You know? It's bizarre. Everything's becoming wonderfully blatant. I mean, you know, so eventually I went, no, I don't think I ran. I mean, hey, I'm an old-fashioned kind of guy. You know, give me a gram of coke up each nostril, some methamphetamine hydrochloride, a live sex show to watch, a woman around each wrist, some hashish, and I'm fine. You know, but when social etiquette, heterosexuality, and Africa collide, you'll find me outside in the car park trying to get the ride home. You know, sorry, so I'm having a Zen moment. Let me tell you a joke. Two rats Two rats in a science lab, chatting to each other, as animals do when no one's around and no one's watching. You know, actually, the concept of pets, to start with, is a bizarre concept. Consider, we let animals see us doing things we hope God does not mention when we're standing in front of him in the hereafter. Yeah, you bring someone home, a man Fifi, she likes to watch. You know, there's this thick fur ball with what looks like a lipstick going. And I mean, for years, people have been blaming Telcom. People have been blaming Telcom for their phone bills, never realizing the truth, right? You're sitting at home and you go, other cigarettes, and the dog watches you go and moves over to the telephone. And, yeah, Rover? Yeah, it's Fang. No, she's gone to the shop. So, tell me about that bitch you had last night. You know, I mean, animals are fucking sneaky. They are. And they far too fast. You can never catch them at it either. You know, the sound of the key in the door, gotta go. You know, and then you walk in, hello boy, did you miss me? And the dog thinks, asshole. Then the end of the month comes, you get your phone bill, freak out, fire the maid, never realizing your truth. Your dog is having a long-distance affair with a French poodle in Bloemfontein. You know, people don't realize there's no such thing as obscene phone calls. You know, phone rings in the middle of the night, you pick it up, you get, it's not some guy sitting with his dick in his hanky. It's friends of your dog calling when they've got a free moment. You guys better keep quiet about this, because if they hear, they'll change their tactics. Animals are sleazeballs. Oh yeah, the two rats in the science lab. I once had a cat who used to specialize in peeing in my ashtray, which I'd keep next to my bed. You know, I'd wake up in the morning, reach for the first cigarette, put it down. I don't want to be 15 meters underwater. I think I'd be really fucking disappointed in reality if I was to end up 50 meters underwater. You know, I don't think in that sort of situation I would look at my watch and go, oh, still working. But time is this bizarre concept that keeps sliding past us. Time, are you getting my good side? Time is relative to the amount of fun you're having, which is why the SABC can say they're providing a good television service. They're not, but it feels like it. Consider, you could read War and Peace, get interested in Russia, decide to go there, come back via China on foot, in the time it takes for one Sunday night's television to go by. You know? You're not having fun. So time says, oh, I know you're over there, but fuck it, I'm staying here. But humans are greedy for space and time. Some leopard hiding out in someone's backyard going, damn, spotted. Speaking of the banal and the putrid, I have been looking at some African art recently. You know, and I was walking around downstairs looking at the art and the African art. It's incredible what bad eating habits can do to an entire nation's visual ability, right? I mean, think about it. 25 generations of no vitamins, no nutrition, a lot of stress, and hey, you too will be able to paint without using perspective. I mean, it's kind of sad the baby's in the bin, but they can't see that the bin is 50 feet further down the fucking road. You know? They. Ooh, who's they? Anyone who's not us. You know? Hi they, hey us, where's them? Who knows? Hey, who? You're them with you? Nah, Jesus, yes, nothing. You know? But the trouble in this country, discussing the perception of different groups can get you branded a racist, which is bizarre. It's a bit like someone who was a rape victim for the rest of their life in conversation going, oh, what do you know? You've got a penis. So Adolf Hitler had fingers. What's your fucking point, bitch? You know. So we're just having a little Zen moment. Guys, do you like wearing dresses? Would hearing people's personal sexual fantasies interest you? Would you like to wear a dress and a hat and talk to large numbers of people daily? Join the Catholic Church. Yeah, well, I was thinking, brothers and sisters, I wonder if toilets could speak, what would they say? Oh, well, another day, another asshole. If faith can move mountains, what's she like in bed? I wonder what Dr. Ruth would have to say about the second coming. Well, if the boy hasn't come in 2,000 years, it's going to be a mighty explosive occasion. If light bulbs could speak, I asked you, if light bulbs could speak, what would they say? Humans fucking, they're really turning off. Well, I remember a while back, I had a really bad O.J. Simpson joke that made everyone I ever told it to go, Ian, this cannot be. Damn, that hurt. Well, what's the difference between O.J. Simpson and Christopher Reeve? O.J. walked. He did it again. Well, we got a new one for you. What's the difference between River Phoenix and baby seals? Nothing. They both die after clubbing. Oh. If bulimia was a religion, would toilets be altars? If seeing is believing, are blind people atheists? What would it take? I asked you. What would it take to get the Beatles together again? Another 3 bullets. Yeah, brothers and sisters, I got a telephone call from Jesus the other day. He's nice that way. He phones me. He phones me because he knows if he just suddenly spoke, I'd shit myself. Yeah. I told him that you're all fine and that you're missing him. You know, he's still not sure when he can get away. He asked if I was still wearing this black jacket. I told him, yes, it's a security blanket. Because you can't lie to him. He's got stress analyzers rigged to the telephone line, and if you lie, red lights flash, and he gets totally fucking offended. But he asked me, is Ray McCauley still in business? I told him, yeah. He said, just don't drink the Kool-Aid if the fucker ever moves his congregation into the countryside. And if all the world's a stage, is the vagina the box office? Well, one last poem before midnight. The traditional South African national occupation, waiting. Waiting for the end, waiting at the bank, waiting for someone to phone, waiting for the telephone, but they never ever home, waiting for better times than natural evolution, waiting for the bomb to drop, the waiting revolution, waiting for the bus to come, waiting for school to pass, waiting for the call up in the township, see your ass, waiting for the late night knock, waiting for the jaw, waiting, dating, constipating, waiting for someone to call, waiting for the lift, waiting for the boss, worshipping the bank account, never ever spot the loss, waiting for maturity, waiting to get older, waiting for him to finish off and smash your brains out with a boulder, contemplating mating, there can never be too much hating, waiting for the flying saucers, waiting for Jesus, watching for the new ice age that's waiting to freeze us, the ripped off wings of a dove, waiting to find true love, waiting for the rent demand, waiting for the bill, waiting for the much to come, waiting for the pills, waiting for your balls to drop, waiting for your heart to stop, waiting for your beers to come, waiting to be given guns, waiting for your morning tea.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ian Fraser, one of the most un-PC stand-up comics alive. That was all our entertainment here at the Punchline Pub tonight. You've been a lovely audience. Thank you for joining us. If you remember, as I said